Weekends are short, but if you plan it right, 2 days is all you need to feel like you have traveled far and weave magical memories. We left Toronto on a Saturday morning. Highway 401 stretched ahead and chased memories across apple orchards, vineyards, lakefront towns, and island dreams. And if you're planning to visit, here are the top things to do. Welcome to Kingston and the Thousand Islands. Before we reached Kingston, the road offered its own surprises. Just 90 minutes in, a giant red apple appeared beside the highway.
This is the big apple!
And guys, the country market where you get this view of the big apple, well, not the New York Big Apple, but the Big Apple right on 401. You cannot miss it. Step inside and you will find freshly baked pies, the scent of fresh pies still steaming, quirky souvenir shops, farm animals, and panoramic views from the observation deck. We climbed the lookout. I can smell the apple pie. Got to know about the history of the Macintosh apple.
We got apple donuts!
Sometimes the most childlike places hold the greatest charm. We took a gentle detour south into Prince Edward County. Wine country carved from old farmland and golden light. Our first stop is the Sandbanks winery. Open skies, rows of vines, a patio alive with laughter and clinking glasses. Wine was crisp, got a flight of 3 wines.
Chardonnay, this is the French Kiss, and right here is Big Red.
Try the Chardonnay. Now the most suggested, that's the French Kiss. Flight of 3 wines tasting for just $10, and they'll waive it off if you purchase 3 bottles of wine. Then we found Karlo Estates, hidden among a 19th century barn.
Okay, ball.
This was more than a wine stop, it was a mood reset. By late afternoon, we reached Kingston, where history meets lake breeze. Once Canada's capital, it is now a university town with a charming edge. We checked into our waterfront hotel at Kingston at the Residence Inn Water's Edge. So at the corner room, you have the view of the marina, the lake, and the wood island. Kingston's downtown is where the magic is. Cafes, pubs, patios, alive with laughter. Walk the waterfront promenade. Visit Confederation Park, the city's historic heart. So from 1841 to 1844, Kingston was the capital of Canada. So technically Kingston is the first capital of Canada. Also, the city had a great role after the 1812 war with USA. Kingston played a pivotal role. They had several fortifications and several towers, batteries were set up. Standing at the heart of downtown, Kingston City Hall is not just a landmark, it's a keeper of time. Once the seat of Canada's first capital, its domed salute still watches over the rhythms of the city. Take that classic photo with the glowing Kingston sign and pause by the vintage train. If you are lucky, you might hear someone playing piano near the visitor center like we did. This is another beautiful place, Market Square, behind the City Hall. A very laid-back, leisurely place, and you cannot miss this.
When at Kingston, do not miss the trolley.
Yeah, the Kingston trolley takes you to important locations of Kingston. It's a little bit on the expensive side. You can consider this definitely very historic and of course informative. Kingston had a huge historical importance, and it was also home of Canada's first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald. Tucked on a quiet Kingston street, within its walls, you can still sense the early ambitions of a country just beginning to imagine itself. The Wolfe Island ferry is a local treasure. 30 minutes I think till Wolfe Island, and yeah, this is how you get the cars in. So guys, we parked our car, it's all settled, and now we are going to the deck. Pretty insane to think about a free ferry this beautiful, so organized. From Kingston to Wolfe Island, the island with a lot of windmills. The Wolfe Island ferry runs every hour and takes you on a quiet 20-minute ride across the St. Lawrence River. We didn't explore Wolfe Island deeply, but the ferry ride alone was worth it. Water glittering, birds trailing behind, the sun was setting as we crossed the St. Lawrence. Island ferry experience was just amazing. The night view of the city center is as magical as it's during the day. We wandered in its alleys and strolled through the market square. By the time we hit our room, we were exhausted. Staying for one night, but it was a great experience. I'll get you some amazing drone shots tomorrow morning. Good night for now. We stayed at the Marriott Water's Edge and it was worth every moment. Pool in the morning. We are enjoying our lovely royal breakfast.
So I got my cranberry scones.
After a hearty breakfast, we started our day too. We took a quiet walk to the city's two cathedrals, St. Mary's and St. George's. They stand regal, serene, echoing centuries past. They are close to downtown but feel miles away from the world's rush. St. Mary's Cathedral is Gothic, grand, filled with reverence. St. George's Cathedral has soaring arches, a stillness that you can feel. Down a blink and you will miss it side street is one of Kingston's most colorful secrets, Martello Alley, a narrow corridor turned into an open-air art gallery. Cobblestones, local paintings, hanging lights. It feels like you have left Ontario and stepped into a French quarter. Just west of downtown, there is Kingston's quiet lakeside corner. Richardson Beach is perfect for picnics and watching the waves. Next to it stands Murney Tower.
Behind me is the amazing piece of history, the Murney Tower.
A 19th century military fort, now mostly photogenic history. We then drove some 40 kilometers to Ivy Lea. This is the crown jewel, the Thousand Islands. Here we boarded a 1-hour cruise.
Here we go.
We boarded the upper deck at 4 p.m. The breeze was perfect and we let the river unwrap its story. It's pretty sunny, but it's summer considering that. It's very popular. And of course, the interesting facts are like there are so many. It's called 1,000 Islands, but there are in fact 1,864 islands. Some islands are big enough to just have one tree. Some of them are just big enough for one house. And this is in the international archipelago, so it's between US and Canada. One of the most romantic castles, Bolt Castle, was built here. And then this cruise will not stop there, but will go around Bolt Castle. The 1 hour sailing through the islands passed like pages in a fairy tale. Guys, we are having a lot of
fun.
Had an amazing 1 hour trip. It's almost towards the end.
We had a blast at the Thousand Islands cruise. It was mad.
We couldn't explore Fort Henry in person this time. It is a 19th century military fortress. If you visit, plan for the guided tours, sunset ceremonies, and the panoramic views from its ramparts. Guys, that's all from beautiful
Kingston!
We had an amazing time at the Thousand Islands. Hope you like our video. This wasn't just a trip. It was a reset, a weekend reminder that joy lives right here, close, quiet, and waiting.